Hey boys and girls, it's Mr. Walls with you again for another video lesson. This time we're going to jump right into the songs that we're working on page 6. And we're going to start with Hot Cross Buns. And of course Hot Cross Buns uses the very, very important E, D, and C sequence, which is very friendly to the fingers, isn't it? Our E, our D, and our C fingering for this song. And of course it begins with 2-beat half notes. We've talked about all this in our lessons. Why don't you play along with me? Hopefully you've done some playing before we're going to start with the video lesson so that you're warmed up. If not, pause the video and play a few notes. And now here we go with Hot Cross Buns. 1, 2, ready, play. Rest, rest. Rest, tongue. So there's Hot Cross Buns for us on our clarinet. And now let's go right up to song 14, Rolling Along. And Rolling Along again begins with that same very important note sequence, E, D, and C. And of course it then goes to that important fourth note, D. And then we return to our 3 E's. Here we go. Here's Rolling Along. 1, 2, ready. All right, we're going to come back to Hot Cross Buns and Rolling Along in a few minutes. We're just playing one time through each of those songs right now. Here's number 18, Go Tell Aunt Rhodie, and again we start with an E, and then we go to D, and then we go to C. This song mixes things up a little bit, doesn't it? Yes, we begin with a half note E, and then we play another E before we move to the D. 1, 2, ready. And remember to use your tongue as you play. Remember, the tongue must come into contact with the reed at the beginning of every note. The tongue pulls back to start the note, and I get that air sound in my clarinet. Try and play to each breath mark on one continuous stream of air. Don't puff your cheeks in between notes. Don't breathe between notes. One long continuous stream of air as we play through these melodies. At the top of page 7, we learn about whole notes. Whole notes get the whole measure. It's not that hard to figure out. There's 4 beats in a measure. Whole notes get 4 beats, and we also have the whole rest that looks a lot like a half rest, but the whole rest hangs from the line. A half rest sits on a line. Easy stuff. We're going to jump ahead to page 8. We've talked about the new note A in our lessons. Let's review it. Of course, the fingering for the A is just the key above your E tone hole. Here's your A, and the thumb, of course, is off of the clarinet. Only this finger is down. Okay? So, when we go to Song 31, Mozart Melody, we start with our low C. We play 2 C's. We go to our open fingered G, and when I go to that G, I'm thinking, here comes my A. I play 2 A's, and then I go back to that open fingered G. A lot of clarinet players get confused because they think they should be touching the instrument someplace when we're using A's. But when we play G, obviously, it's the open finger. So again, we go C, C, open G, G, then A, and G. F, F, E, E, D, D, C. All right, boys and girls, let's play a Mozart melody. Here we go, with 2 C's and then 2 open G's. 1, 2, ready, play. F. 2 G's. Next line, 2 G's. And I'm going to learn from my mistakes. Earlier in the song, when I went from G to F, I didn't get my thumb down strongly, and it wasn't a nice, clean move from the G to the F. So that's something that I need to work on, apparently. All right, so there's Mozart Melody. We're going to come back to this in a few minutes. Let's now go back to hot cross buns and play hot cross buns one time together. One time through. But this is so easy on the clarinet. Make sure that you're playing all 3 of these half notes on one breath and you're tonguing half notes and quarter notes. Here we go. 1, 2, ready, play. Rest, rest. C's. Rest, rest. Make sure that you're keeping your bottom lip firm, your top teeth firmly on top of the mouthpiece, and your chin strong and pointy. It should even be bumpy when you're playing the clarinet. You really want to activate the muscle around your mouth to hold that mouthpiece firmly so that we play in tune, and it's easier to tongue on the instrument when you're holding the mouthpiece strongly, not biting it, holding it strongly. Let's go up to number 14, Rolling Along, Mary Had a Little Lamb. Here we go again with that E, D, C, and then D, that 4th note, very important D, returning to the E's. Here we go with Rolling Along. 1, 2, tongue your notes. E, G. Next line. 2 D's. All right. Good job. Let's do it again. Here's rolling along one more time. 1, 2. Ready? And 3 Ds. E, G, G. E, D, C. 2 Ds. Rest, rest, rest. All right. Pause the video if you need to and practice that on your own, or rewind the video and play along with me, whatever works for you. And now we're going to go down to song number 18 again, Go Tell Aunt RHODIE. And this, again, this is a challenging melody to play. It's tricky. It's not hard, it's tricky. We have lots of times in this song when we play a note, we play a half note, and then we play that note again as a quarter note. We do it on E's, and we play another E. We do it on a D, we play a D, and we go to another D. We do it on G, we play a half note G, and we go to another G before we go to the F. Tricky stuff. At the second breath mark of Go Tell Aunt RHODIE, where you have your half note D, another D, and then your F. That's always tricky for kids, where we go D, D, F, then your E, D, C. And that second measure right there at the second breath mark, there's good old E, D, and C. And by now you should immediately recognize that 3-note sequence because we've seen it in so many places and so many different melodies. Okay? It's really important. If you can just automatically play those E's, D's, and C's, well, that's 3 of your 5 notes that we're playing. When they're automatic, you don't even have to think about what the letter name is. You just finger it and play it. That's where you want to be in your playing. Here's Go Tell Aunt RHODIE from the beginning. Starts on E, a half note E, and then another E. 1, 2. Ready? Here we go. 2 Ds. G's, 2 G's. DF. Lots of tricky stuff in Go Tell Aunt RHODIE. That ending, D, F, E, D, and then your half note C. Play that with me, please. Last 2 measures, D, F, E, D. Ready? Play. Do it again. All right, good job. Let's jump ahead back to page 8 and go back to a Mozart melody. We start on C's, we go to open G, we go to 2 A's, and then a half note G. Finger your C, finger your open G, find your A, and go back to open G. That's the first 4 notes that we use in Mozart melody. Here we go. 1, 2, tongue your notes. 2 G's. Second line, 2 G's. let's play it one last time. Here we go. Mozart melody, one final time. 1, 2, ready. All right. Clarinets are doing a great job this year. Now, obviously, boys and girls, I'm not playing every song in the book with you. I'm moving through things pretty quickly. We will go back and look at other songs in later weeks in the school year. But if you're looking over at the next page, if you're taking a peek over at page 9, ooh, you see the song Jingle Bells, which would be a lot of fun to work up so that you had a nice, fun holiday song to play this December when your grandparents and aunts and uncles and friends come to visit. You can play that song easily if you can play through a Mozart melody, identifying your notes, tonguing, giving half notes their full value, obviously. You'll be able to play Jingle Bells with no problem. There's another new note at the top of page 9. That's our low B. The B is the next note down from C. So now we're bringing the right hand into play, literally, to play new notes. So again, your B is the next note down from C. Here's a C. And the middle finger goes to the middle tone hole. And there's your B. Okay? Just a little sneak preview of what's coming ahead. And then, gosh, you're getting really close to Hard Rock Blues, which is just a few pages away. There's a lot of fun music coming your way. Let's get the basics down. Let's get really good at identifying our notes. Please don't write in the names of the notes in your band books. If you want to pencil in the name of a note here or there, if you keep playing a note incorrectly and you know you are, then mark it, circle it, or write in the note name. But don't write in the names of all the notes. You don't need to. And that just gets in the way. You don't want to use training wheels on your bicycle your whole life. You've got to get to where you can take those training wheels off. And that's what we're doing right now. We're learning to ride a bike without training wheels. We are not going to write in the names of the notes. So if you've done it already, erase them, please. All right, hey, great job, clarinets. Keep your reeds fresh. Wash your mouthpiece with soap and water every once in a while. If you're not happy with the way your instrument is performing, try changing the reed. It never hurts. If you're using the same reed for, a week and a half, 2 weeks at a time, or maybe even a week, if you're playing a lot, you're wearing your reeds out. They might look good, but they can get very tired and soft. Put a fresh reed on, see if that makes a difference. Okay? All right. Great job, guys.